Dee Dee is a longtime Sarah member. She is a member of the New York Council, and she is also the founder of Ark AI. It is a software. If you don't know what it is yet, you will by the end of this, and you probably should before you signed up for this, but whatever. It does. Dee Dee can describe it better than I, so I'll let her do that. But she is also a big supporter of Sarah. She's fully committed to our mission of architect helping architect. She has been a key speaker on the NCARB Future Symposium about AI and its future in architecture and what the regulators should do regarding that. Spoiler alert, absolutely nothing. They sent out an email about that. And she is also a huge supporter of Sarah. There is a special category this year at the National Design Awards, which will be hosted at the National Building Museum, where you can utilize her software to create your own project and submit it and possibly pick up a win for yourself or your firm. It's a fun award show. It is a fundraising event for the society. We try to do a lot with a little, so please be kind. Anyways, Dee Dee, I will let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Fabian. And thank you, Michael, for the brilliant presentation. I learned a lot. So thank you so much. And Fabian, thank you for hosting and thank you for the opportunity for the Sarah Award. And the Society of American Registered Architects is really here, architects helping architects. And the AI design category is free. So everyone can submit, even what you're doing today. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone that is here, including our amazing team and you guys. And I really applaud for joining us today and really trying to learn AI and join this transformation. So are everyone signed in the app? And I'm just asking, saying if you have problems or technical problems, you can post in the chat and our team Malvika, Vishal, Niklesh, and Rodion are here and they can help you. So without further ado, I will share the screen and I hope everyone are ready to start working with our app. So this is the home screen of the app, and our app is actually a feasibility and a very initial design, schematic design tool for multifamily mixed-use projects. So this is the typology that we focus on, and this is the webinar that is good for you if you're either an architect, and actually for the first time, I saw that real estate developers joined us. So I'm very excited about having you guys joining this webinar. And yeah, so this is the app. You don't need to download anything. It's a web app. And I'm not following the chat, but Fabian, Malvika, and anyone stop me if there are questions or technical issues. I'll just show you how to apply the coupon if someone did not apply it, because you guys are getting a month of pro access. And if you're an architect, the submission deadline for the Sarah Award is in a month, and you are welcome to create as many projects as you want and even submit the PDF report from today. So let's create a new project. This is by the way, the home icon to come back to this screen. And let's start to create a project with me. You can follow me, try to do things similar to what I'm doing. I'm going to create sort of a generic mixed-use project in New York City. And even before starting, let me go back to the home screen and actually show you the project you are going to actually create. So it's a 21-story building in New York City. Let me just show you the 3D, the massing of the project that you are going to create. So that's the massing. And I'm going to go slowly, and please follow me with the Ark open. I hope everyone are having the Ark open and can follow me and create your own projects. We really believe that's the best way to learn, just to do it yourself. And it's very important for me that you guys will have fun and enjoy. So be playful, play with it. You can do whatever you want, either the project I'm doing or your variation, creative variation. And if we'll go to the building that you're going to create, and you can see all the tables that were all done automatically for me with the gross net and all that. So here we're going back to the project. home screen, and I hope everyone are logged in. If you didn't apply the 1 month coupon, then you see your email at the top right, and there's a drop down menu, and you can apply the coupon here. Once you apply the coupon, which is it's on the chat, Malvika posted it, so you can apply the coupon. I think it's Ark Month Gift with capital letters for A, month M, and gift G. So everyone, please apply the coupon and then refresh your screen. Go to the home screen, refresh the screen, and then you can see the light is gone and you guys are pro users. Congratulations. Let's again go and create a project, select the imperial for feet and inches, and let's insert 18-story building. And let's insert maximum height. We have 220 feet, base height 105, and continue to the next. If you are thinking to apply, you can also do anonymous report. So we wouldn't have your email and it will be just ready to submit it to the Sarah AI category. And let's select the corner lot. But you guys can select the interior lot, 2-corner lot. But anyway, on the next screen, on the lot editor, you can change it and edit it. So it's for you guys to change. And the next screen is actually the lot editor screen where we insert the site conditions. So let's insert for the lower lot line, 200 feet length. And on the side lot line, let's do 180 feet. And guys, Fabian, anyone stop me if there are questions. I see the chat is starting to fill in. So stop me if I need to help someone. So those are the lot lines and you guys can actually edit. So with a pen tool, and if I would like this side lot line to actually be a street lot line, I can do it here. And if I want this lot line to actually be a side lot line, I can change it here with a pen tool. So I'm making it a side lot line. And I actually would like to enable a building with a massing. So with a pen tool, you can enable adjacent building and also insert the massing of the adjacent building so you can see that on the 3D. And let's create a bit of irregular lot just so you guys will get familiar with the tool, but you guys will play with it later a bit more. So every time I touch a lot line, I get a dot, and touching this dot will split that lot line. And then I can just play with it for a more irregular lot. So again, I split, I get the dot, then I click on the dot and I splitted it, and I can play with that dot and move it and do whatever I actually want. So are everyone okay? Are there any questions, or can we continue to the next screen? I don't hear anything, so I'm continuing to the next screen. So in the next screen, think of your typical floor of your
Dee
multifamily
Dee,
project.
sorry,
Yes?
we do have a question. Can
Sure.
we add an actual site in the background to trace it for plot areas?
Great question. And the answer is no. You guys need to insert the site conditions yourself. We might have it in the future, near future, but still no. So I would tell you that you guys need to actually insert the existing conditions here in the lot editor. Great question. Thank you, Fabian, and the person who asked. So you guys can play with the shapes and play with the dimensions. So U shape, you can have different shape, but let me do this L shape, this strange L shape, and you guys can select another shape, but always make sure if we're targeting a double loaded corridor, then let's make sure that the depth of our building, either it's a U, an L, or just a rectangle, let's make sure that the depth of the building will be between 50 to 80 feet. Better probably is around 60 feet here. We'll leave it 60. So we can get the templates for a double loaded corridor this time, but in general, we want to aim for templates, and then we can really play and edit it further in the next screen. So once we have our L shape ready, let's continue to the next screen where the software will actually offer us options. Now I don't see the scissors there in this case because the pathways are too long, but if we are, but the software will offer us templates, including a blank template, and then you guys have to actually bring yourself the corridor and the vertical course. But let me select number 10, option 10. Or with 3 elevators, maybe I would like to actually select, 9 or 10. Yeah, let's go for the 10. And let's just generate a building. And don't think of your ground floor, mixed use floor, other floor. Just let's focus on the typical floors first. And congratulations, we have our building generated. Let's click on the typical floor that we generated and on the pen tool. And now it's our turn to actually, edit it. So we can, with a mouse scroll and zoom in and move any vertical core that we would like to change the location. And, you can do whatever you want. And let me click on the vertical core and rotate it and move it. It must be attached to the corridor. And I can click on the doors and change the location of the doors. And I'll actually get rid of this wall. So with X, I click on a wall and erase it. And if we're looking at the walls, you see the light walls are all window walls, but we would like to create our lot line walls. And because this wall is next to a lot line, let's change it, switch it to block wall, to lot line walls that will not have legal light and air in this wall. And I can also do it here. Just change this wall to lot line wall. And after doing that, I'm ready to generate the units, the dwelling units. So let's click on the AI generate. And just for you guys to play around a bit, let's insert 100% 3 bedrooms. So you can see all the rooms, the legal rooms, are along the window walls that we defined for the system. And that's how the system will place the rooms, the bedroom and the living rooms. So look at it as a calculators for rooms. And let's insert 100% 3 bedrooms just to see what the system will generate, and generate AI plans. So now you see the bar, the upper bar is generating the floor plan, and the system is working. And now it's all 100% 16 units. We're using 64 out of 64 rooms, and we're creating this 100% 3 bedrooms, larger units. Now let's reset and actually insert another unit mix. You guys can play with it. You guys can enter 100% 2 bedroom, 100% 1 bedroom. But let me think of a unit mix that might be good for this project. So let's do 15% studios. So we want small number of studios, and 30% 1 bedrooms. Let's do 30% 2 bedrooms, and 25% in order to reach 100% 3 bedrooms, just as a experiment. And we're using 62 out of the 64 rooms that we have, so we're fine. And a total of 23 units for this typical floor. So let's generate the AI plans. And let me look at the chat if someone has questions, because I see a lot of an email address. Okay, I see a lot of, yeah. So, okay. So yeah, I'm just looking a bit on the, so now it's generating the floor plan. And if you're looking at the unit system, at the unit settings, you can also set the width and the depth of your average room, if it's different, if it's a condo, if it's a rental, if it's in Bushwick, if it's in the Upper West, all depends on your market and where we're designing. And now the AI algorithm just created the unit mix, and if you don't like it, you can reset and create it again. I actually like it, and I will apply it. And now I have the design of my typical floor. But if I don't like anything, for example, I want to make this unit larger, I can just merge it. I can just erase one of the walls and merge it, or select two units, this one bedroom, hold the control key, select also the studio, and then either erase it or merge it to one unit. It was a studio and one bedroom, and now it's a one unit of two bedrooms. So the two bedrooms are the pink, and they have three rooms, one living room and two bedrooms. And the blue ones are the three bedrooms, and the one bedrooms are, of course, the light blue. So now we generated our typical floor, and you guys can add more elevators here. If you're getting the blank templates with no corridor or vertical cords, you can always add the corridor, push and pull, and get the corridor access to the units. I'll show you how to do it. But this is our actually our typical floor. And if I go back to the section and I'm going to the building information, then you can see everything was done for me. So all the unit mix, I have the unit mix of the typical floor, 1 studios, 5 1-bedroom per floor, 9 2-bedrooms, and 6 3-bedroom. We have a total of 378 units in our building, and you can see it floor by floor. You can see dwelling units for each floor, the net, the gross, the net is the carpet area, the gross is the mising wall to the mising wall, and the complete area of the exterior wall. So it's like a condo book area calculation, and we can see the distribution for each floor and so on. And if we'll scroll down, we can see the use and the total area. Going back here to the section again, let's create our first floor. So we're create, and add ground floor. So we're adding the ground floor. And let's click on that ground floor. And if you want it, this is 10 feet from finished floor to finished floor. But if we want it to be 12 feet, for example, let's insert 144 inches on our left panel. And with a pen tool, let's design our ground floor. And this is our mixed-use floor. So with the control key, we can actually hold the control key and click on the units and select only adjacent units. And erase those units if we want them to be erased. And for example, and now you can also play with the exterior wall, and the units will be automatically erased. I'm showing you there. Or just, again, control key, select the units, erase them with delete or with the, and push and pull the walls. And guys, start to push and pull your walls to design your commercial floor. And this will be kind of your free creation. So push and pull walls, and you can also split walls. And splitting wall is clicking on a wall and splitting it with this icon and start to push and pull the walls. Or you can double click on a wall. I don't know why it's not working now. Okay, double click, and then you split that wall and you can work with it. Now to create new walls, you can also create a wall with this icon, the create an area, but you need to actually enclose that area. So you cannot just create one wall, and you need to hold with the mouse. Create the wall, follow it, hold the mouse, and you enclosed it. And now you have a different kind of area. So let's create some areas. and close that. And now we can create our lobby, residential lobby. And if we want another residential lobby and some other ones. So just play with the walls yourself, push and pull the walls, split the walls. Just explore it. Do you have, okay, I see that it's all fine. Now you can click on every area and you see you can either with the right of the mouse, right click on the mouse, or here on the left panel, you can change it. So if I want this area to be actually commercial and I want my commercial area to be much bigger. So I'm pushing and pulling the walls and creating my retail area, commercial area much larger. And it's for me to decide what area I would like to have as commercial. And I can have the area here. I don't know, let's do it also community facility or park, yeah, community facility. And with the mouse, we can scroll and make it smaller, and we can make some entrance to the parking here. And create parking here. So you guys are actually the designer, and I want some residential amenity. So, and you can split it to gym and other residential. So it's for you guys to actually design your first floor and explore, and again, work with the walls, do whatever design you guys need. And if you guys are in New York City, then we also have the deductions. So go to the section and you have the settings, and you guys can enable the deductions. So, for example, if my commercial space has usually 20% deduction, or you can also insert the area that you want to deduct, or my residential lobbies are usually 10% and I want to do 10% or more than that because I have a corridors and it's 100% or 50% deducted, then I can just do the deductions that I want. And if I want to have, for my typical floor is actually usually 10 or 5% deducted, then I'm adding everything here and saving. And you can do it by area. And in New York City, we also, I know architects are always asking for the corridor area so they can fast calculate the deduction for the corridors. So we also have it. And once we have it and close it and going to the building information, you can see that my deductions are also calculated everything automatically. So I don't have to calculate Excels and AutoCAD or whatever. Everything is done. So I have my zoning area, I have my commercial area, residential, community facility. Everything is already done here with a unit mix that we did before. Now, because this building, my base height is here, from the 11th floor and up, I'll have to do some setbacks. So let's try to do setback floors. So double clicking on the top floor, and you see this double arrow, and I think everybody should do that with me now, and hold the control key and select other floors. So let's select all the floors, upper floors, including the 11th floor for the setback. And after we selected it with the control key, we can click on the double arrow and create our new floor. Now I'll do it again just to make sure everybody saw it. Again, so double clicking on the top floor. By the way, you can always add another floor type here, but click on the floor and add floor type above it. But I like to do it, just double clicking on the top floor and then with the control key, selecting the floors 19 through 11 and changing those floors to another floor type where I'm going to design my setback. So let's click on the double arrow and call it setback 1, or you can call it 11 through 19th floor or whatever name you would like, and let's create that floor. So now you see it has a different color. And now I can design it and it's different than my typical, and I can create the setback in this floor. So with the pen tool, again, I will select the units that I would like to do this, where I would like to do the setback, but all the rest of the floor, the demising wall stays stacked to the lower floors. Because we like our building to be very efficient. So let's select where we would like to create a setback. So let's do a dormer around 50% of this area and erase the units, the 4 units on the left, and then grab that wall. Let's undo. I did a mistake. Oh, let's redo. So you saw where the undo and redo is. Let's click on the wall and push it 10 feet. Now you can also work with a measurement tool and create a dimension to make sure that it's 10 feet. And now you have a different area. Now this dot, when we double click on a wall, it's splitting a wall. But if we don't want that, we can always, that's how we actually undoing everything. So redo, undo. Let's do it again. So 10 feet setback. And now we can regenerate this area. So our AI generate can work for the entire floor or just an area if it's limited with walls. So we're clicking on the AI generate area only for this area, and we can create units only for this area where we did a setback. So let's activate the AI generate. And you see all the rest of the floors where the units are already generated is black and white, and the area that I'm generating is blue. So let me do, it's the upper floor with a nice view. So I would like to have 100% 3 bedrooms. So I can create actually 2 3 bedrooms, right? Units. And I'm using 8 out of the 11 rooms. If it's too little, I'll see it red. If I'm above the room I can do, I'll see it red. But I'm fine here. And let me generate the plans. So it's generated. If I don't like it, I can reset, but I'll just apply it. And if I would like to make some larger units here, I can select with the control key a unit, hold the control key, select the adjacent unit and merge it to larger units as we're on the top floors. We don't want studios, for example. And you can also push and pull walls here. So, I want a really nice corner unit and maybe erase some rooms because I want it to be only 3 bedrooms and now it's too many. So I'm fine with my setback floor. If I need to set back here, I'll do it too. Let's actually erase some units here too and hold the control key and select those units and erase those units. And we can also get rid of the corridor and move the wall and try to push and pull the walls so I can have it the way I would like the design of my building. And I would like to create window walls here so I can change the wall to window walls. Make sure always when you're doing the AI generate that you're having a corridor, you're having window walls for the units, and the vertical cores are attached to the wall. So those are the 3 conditions, and the AI generate would not work without it. I know it's confusing, but once you learn it, it's really fun. So this is my building. You see, this is the schematic section or the side diagram of the building where I can create more floor types and control my design. You can see the 3D of my building. I hope that it's your building too, or you have a different variation for the building. And if we go back to the 2D, so in the 3D, you can really see the blue walls are the window walls and the white walls are the lot line walls or the block walls where the legal rooms are not placed. And if we're going to the 2D, we can go back and look at our building information, and you see that we have that floors 11 through 19 are different unit mix, of course, different net, different gross area, and all the area calculations are different here. We can see also the distribution for the whole building, entire building, and then our zoning areas with the deductions. And if we go back again to our schematic section, we can go to the 3D or go here and just, you see, export to PDF. And that's really fun. So I'm asking everyone to just export your project to PDF. Once you export it to PDF, then have a look at it, open it, check it out. Let me see, how are we with the time? And that's it. Congratulations for creating your own project. You guys should just play with it, honestly, and iterate and play with this project, create as many projects as you want, real or just study case, use cases that you would like to study. What we're looking for in the submission for the Sarah is just this PDF. So, you guys feel free to submit it, and worst case, you'll win. And thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very, very grateful for all that.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Dee Dee.